Before the world becomes quiet, it must first learn how to slow down. This moment does not arrive suddenly. It unfolds gently, like a long breath released after a busy day. As the sun lowers beyond the horizon, the Earth begins its nightly transition, shifting from movement into rest, from noise into calm. This is the hour when the planet prepares itself for silence. Across the land, light softens. Colors lose their sharp edges and blend into deeper tones. The air cools slowly, carrying away the warmth of the day. Shadows stretch and settle, resting comfortably where they fall. Nothing feels rushed. The Earth has followed this rhythm for billions of years, and it knows exactly how to let go. In distant forests, the jungle begins to change its voice. During the day, it is alive with sound and motion, leaves rustling, insects calling, animals moving through branches and undergrowth. But as night approaches, those sounds begin to fade. Not disappear, but soften. The jungle does not fall silent all at once. It quiets itself layer by layer. Animals sense the shift before it becomes visible. Birds return to their resting places, folding wings and tucking heads beneath feathers. Larger animals slow their movements, choosing safe paths toward shelter. Smaller creatures retreat into the protection of roots, leaves, and earth. The jungle breathes more slowly now, conserving energy for the long night ahead. Far from the forests, the oceans respond in their own way. Waves stretch farther apart, their movements smoother and more patient. The sea reflects the changing sky, catching the last traces of light before darkness takes over. Water cools gradually, and currents adjust, guided by forces too steady to be felt but always present. Above everything, the sky deepens. Blue fades into darker shades, and the first stars begin to appear, quiet and distant. They do not rush into view. They emerge slowly, as if giving the earth time to settle. The moon rises without sound, its light gentle and unforced, touching land and sea with the same calm presence. This is not a story about sleep alone. It is a story about preparation, about how the earth guides every living system toward rest without command or instruction. No signal is given. No rule is spoken. Everything simply knows. High in the mountains, stone releases the warmth it gathered during the day. Rock cools slowly, preventing sudden change. Ice clings to shaded slopes, holding cold steady and patient. Wind moves more carefully now, slipping around peaks and through valleys without disturbance. Even here, where conditions can be harsh, the night brings balance. Somewhere beneath the surface, fire rests. Deep within the earth, heat continues to flow, but quietly, evenly. It does not erupt or demand attention. It supports the world above by remaining controlled and steady. Fire understands rest just as well as ice and water do. As the planet turns, night spreads evenly across its surface. Cities may continue to glow, but far beyond them, the natural world settles into its ancient rhythm. Animals pause. Plants slow their processes. Water smooths its movements. Air becomes still. This is the moment when the world goes quiet, not because life has stopped, but because it has learned how to listen. The earth lowers its voice so that everything upon it can rest. As you follow this journey, allow your own thoughts to slow. There is nothing you need to do. Like the planet beneath you, you are allowed to settle gently into the night. The story has only begun, and the earth will guide the rest. As darkness settles more deeply, the jungle enters a different state of life, one that feels slower, quieter, and more intentional. The heat of the day fades from the leaves, and moisture rises gently from the forest floor. The air becomes thicker, softer, carrying the scent of earth, bark, and distant rain. This is the hour when the jungle stops performing and begins resting. Tall trees stand close together, their canopies forming a living roof that filters moonlight into faint silver patterns below. During the day, these leaves compete for sunlight, shifting and adjusting constantly. At night, they hold still. The jungle no longer reaches upward. It settles inward. Branches stop swaying. Vines relax their tension. Everything seems to exhale. Animals that dominated the daylight retreat into safety. Monkeys curl into high branches, gripping gently as sleep takes over. Birds hide their beaks beneath feathers, their bodies warming one another against the cooling air. Large mammals find familiar paths toward sheltered ground, guided by memory rather than sight. Their movements are careful now, quiet, conserving energy. Insects replace the daytime chorus with softer rhythms. Crickets begin their steady calls, not loud, but consistent, like a heartbeat woven into the night. Other creatures respond with gentle clicks and hums. These sounds do not demand attention. They create a background that reassures the jungle that life continues, even in stillness. Near the forest floor, shadows deepen. Roots spread wide beneath the soil, holding trees steady and sharing nutrients gathered during the day. Fungi and microorganisms remain active, slowly breaking down fallen leaves, returning them to the earth. This unseen world works quietly, supporting everything above it without interruption. The jungle is not asleep in the human sense. It is resting intelligently. Processes slow, but they do not stop. Water moves through plant systems at a calmer pace. Leaves release moisture into the air. The forest cools itself naturally, maintaining balance without effort. Wind drifts lightly between trunks, careful not to disturb. When it does move leaves, the sound is soft and brief, fading quickly into silence. Even the wind seems to understand that this is not a time for force. Above the trees, the sky darkens fully. Stars become clearer, shining through gaps in the canopy. Their light reaches the jungle in fragments, enough to guide nocturnal creatures without waking the forest fully. The moon's glow rests gently on treetops, highlighting textures shaped by years of growth and weather. Some animals awaken as others rest. Owls open their eyes, scanning slowly, listening more than looking. Small nocturnal mammals emerge briefly, moving low to the ground, pausing often. Their lives follow a rhythm opposite to the day, yet still aligned with the planet's quiet pace. Nothing rushes here. Survival does not require speed at this hour. It requires awareness and calm. The jungle teaches patience through repetition. Every night follows this pattern, and every life within it learns when to move and when to remain still. Beyond the jungle, rivers flow quietly, carrying water toward the sea. They pass beneath trees and through open land, reflecting faint starlight as they go. Their movement is steady and unbroken, smoothing stones and carrying nutrients without noise. The earth turns slowly beneath this resting forest. Heat stored during the day escapes gently into the night air. Moisture settles into dew along leaves and soil. Balance restores itself naturally, without instruction. As you imagine this jungle, allow its calm intelligence to guide your own body. There is no pressure here, no urgency. Like the forest, you can slow without fear. You can trust the rhythm that has guided life long before thought existed. The world continues to quiet itself, one system at a time. The jungle has settled. The night grows deeper, and the journey across the sleeping earth moves forward, gently, without hurry. Far beyond the resting jungle, the land slowly opens into wide, quiet spaces where rivers widen and finally meet the sea. Night reaches the ocean differently than it reaches the forest. There are no leaves to catch the light, no branches to hold shadows. Instead, darkness spreads smoothly across the water, uninterrupted and calm. The sea welcomes it without resistance. As daylight fades completely, the surface of the ocean changes its rhythm. Waves grow longer and slower, their crests rising and falling with patience. Each movement feels measured, as if the water itself has learned how to breathe more deeply at night. The sea does not stop moving, but it releases its urgency. Moonlight stretches across the water in soft, broken lines. Reflections shimmer and dissolve, never staying in one place for long. The ocean does not hold onto light. It allows it to pass, just as it allows everything else to move through it. This gentle refusal to cling creates a sense of endless calm. Beneath the surface, life continues quietly. Fish drift through darker layers, guided by pressure, temperature, and instinct rather than sight. Larger creatures slow their movements, conserving energy. Some rest near the ocean floor, where the water feels heavier and more secure. Others glide slowly through open space, trusting the currents to carry them. Currents themselves adjust at night. warm surface water cools, sinking gradually, while deeper water rises to replace it. This exchange happens without sound, without visible signs. Yet it is essential. The ocean balances itself continuously, even while appearing completely still. Far from shore, the sea grows darker still. The stars above reflect faintly on its surface, like distant memories rather than clear images. The horizon becomes difficult to locate, blending sky and water into a single, quiet expanse. In this place, direction feels less important than presence. Along coastlines, the ocean meets land with gentleness. Waves touch the shore and retreat slowly, smoothing sand and stone. Each contact is brief and calm, leaving behind a thin trace of moisture that quickly fades. There is no force in this movement, only repetition and patience. Wind travels across the water softly now. During the day, it may shape waves and carry storms. At night, it schemes the surface lightly, barely disturbing it. The sound it creates is low and steady, more like a distant whisper than a voice. The sea absorbs sound easily. Noise fades quickly here, leaving behind long stretches of silence. This silence is not empty. It is filled with slow motion, deep pressure, and steady flow. The ocean teaches that calm does not mean absence. It means balance. Above the sea, clouds move slowly, stretching thin across the sky. They soften the moonlight, dimming it without blocking it completely. Light and darkness blend together, creating gentle transitions rather than sharp contrast. Somewhere far below, volcanic ridges rest beneath the ocean floor. Heat rises faintly through layers of stone and water, warming small pockets of the deep. Life gathers around these places quietly, drawn not by danger, but by stability. Even fire beneath the sea knows how to remain controlled. The earth continues to turn, carrying the ocean through the night. Tides respond to distant forces, rising and falling almost imperceptibly. This movement is ancient and reliable, repeating without failure, guiding the sea without command. As you imagine this nighttime ocean, allow your breathing to follow its rhythm. Slow, even, unforced. There is no edge here, no need to reach the horizon. Like the sea, you can remain present without effort. The journey across the sleeping earth continues. The jungle rests behind us. The ocean settles beneath the stars. And ahead, colder regions wait, where water becomes ice and silence deepens even further. As the earth continues its slow turn, the ocean gradually gives way to colder air, and the night leads us toward regions where water begins to change its form. The temperature drops gently, without shock. The sea does not freeze suddenly. It cools patiently, preparing itself for stillness long before ice appears. Here, the wind feels different. It moves more carefully, carrying a clean, sharp freshness that clears the air. Each breath feels lighter, quieter. The sound of waves softens further, as if the sea understands it is approaching a place of deeper calm. Motion remains, but it becomes restrained and deliberate. The surface of the water darkens, absorbing moonlight instead of reflecting it. In places where ice has already formed, the sea appears smoother, calmer, almost glass-like. Thin sheets of ice stretch across the surface, shifting slowly, adjusting to currents beneath. These movements are subtle and silent, barely noticeable unless watched with patience. Beneath the ice, water continues to flow. Life adapts quietly to this change. Fish move into deeper layers where temperatures remain stable. Other creatures remain still, conserving energy, trusting the balance that has sustained them through countless winters. Nothing panics. Nothing resists. The sea accepts its transformation calmly. Above, the sky feels wider and emptier. Clouds thin out, allowing stars to shine with greater clarity. Their light reflects faintly on icy surfaces, breaking into scattered points that shimmer and fade. The moon's glow spreads softly, highlighting the edges of ice without brightening the night too much. Wind passes over the ice sea gently, creating faint sounds that resemble slow breathing. Ice responds with soft creaks and whispers, natural adjustments rather than warnings. These sounds are part of the landscape, reassuring rather than alarming. The ice is settling, finding its balance. Farther out, larger ice formations drift slowly, guided by currents beneath them. Their movement is steady and unhurried, shaped by forces far stronger than surface wind. These frozen structures carry the memory of storms and seasons, yet tonight they move quietly, respecting the calm. The temperature continues to drop, but it does so evenly. There is no sudden cold. Instead, the environment invites stillness. The air feels crisp but gentle. Each moment encourages rest rather than alertness. Somewhere beneath this frozen sea, the Earth's heat rises faintly, warming deeper waters and maintaining life below. Fire and ice coexist here, not as opposites, but as partners maintaining balance. Heat does not melt the ice above. Ice does not extinguish the warmth below. Each remains within its role. The horizon blends into the sky, making distance feel less defined. There are no clear edges here, only gradual transitions. Sea becomes ice. Ice becomes air. Air becomes sky. Everything flows smoothly into the next. As you imagine this place, allow your thoughts to slow further. There is nothing demanding your attention. The environment is simple, clean, and quiet. Like the ice sea, you are allowed to settle without effort. The Earth continues to guide this transition naturally. Water slows. Ice forms. Wind softens. Sound fades. Silence grows richer, not empty, but full of steady presence. This is not an ending. It is another layer of rest. The world has not stopped. It has simply chosen a quieter way to exist for the night. Ahead, the land rises again, forming mountains shaped by fire and time. The journey continues, deeper into the sleeping systems of the planet, where cold, stone, and wind meet under starlight. Beyond the frozen sea, the land slowly rises, lifting itself toward the cold sky. Mountains appear gradually, their shapes softened by distance and darkness. These are not sharp or threatening forms tonight. Under the cover of night, mountains feel calm and steady, like silent guardians watching over the sleeping earth. Stone that absorbed sunlight during the day now releases its warmth gently into the air. This release is slow and careful, preventing sudden change. The mountain cools with patience, allowing balance to return naturally. Nothing cracks. Nothing shifts suddenly. The night encourages stability. Higher slopes hold snow and ice, reflecting faint moonlight in muted tones of silver and blue. These ice-covered surfaces do not shine brightly. They glow softly, blending into the sky rather than standing apart from it. The boundary between land and air feels less defined here, as if the mountain is slowly becoming part of the night itself. Wind moves differently around mountains. It does not rush straight through. It curves, lifts, and settles, guided by ridges and valleys shaped over millions of years. At night, this movement is gentle. Wind traces the shape of the mountain without disturbing it, like a quiet visitor passing through. Somewhere deep within these mountains, fire rests. Long ago, heat pushed stone upward, shaping peaks and valleys. That force remains, but it no longer demands motion. Heat flows quietly through the Earth's interior, warming rock from within and supporting life above. Fire does not sleep, but it rests with control. Animals living in these regions understand this rhythm well. Mountain goats settle into sheltered ledges. Small mammals retreat into crevices warmed slightly by the earth below. Birds tuck themselves into rock formations, protected from wind and cold. Life here does not resist the night. It works with it. As elevation increases, sound fades even further. There are fewer movements, fewer signals. The silence feels complete, yet comfortable. This quiet does not isolate. It connects. Everything feels part of the same steady system. Above the peaks, stars appear brighter, no longer filtered by moisture or clouds. They shine clearly, distant and calm, unaffected by the cold below. The moon moves slowly across the sky, casting light that glides over ridges and slopes without urgency. Snow occasionally shifts under its own weight, settling into new positions with soft, nearly silent motion. These changes are not disruptive. They are adjustments, part of the mountain's way of finding balance during the night. The air feels thinner here, but also cleaner. Each breath feels simple and unburdened. There are fewer scents, fewer distractions. The environment encourages stillness through simplicity. Somewhere beyond these ice-covered peaks, darker shapes rise again. These are mountains shaped not only by time and ice, but by fire itself. Volcanic ranges wait quietly under the same sky, holding a different kind of energy, equally calm. As you imagine these mountains, allow their steadiness to guide you. They do not move quickly. They do not react. They remain present, strong without effort. Like them, you are allowed to rest without tension. The earth continues its slow journey through the night. Ice holds steady. Stone cools evenly. Fire remains controlled. Wind traces gentle paths through valleys. Everything works together without command. The mountains stand silent as the night deepens further, preparing the way for the next system in the planet's quiet story, where heat and cold meet more closely, and the contrast between fire and ice becomes visible once again. As the night carries us farther across the land, the mountains slowly change in character. Ice-covered slopes begin to share space with darker stone, and the quiet presence of fire becomes more noticeable, though never loud. Volcanic mountains rise gently against the sky, their shapes softened by darkness, their energy contained and calm. These mountains were born from movement long ago, when the earth released its inner heat and reshaped the land. But tonight, that history feels distant. The fire that once flowed freely now rests beneath layers of cooled rock, glowing faintly, steady and controlled. It does not erupt or disturb the night. It supports it. The ground here holds warmth differently. Even as the air cools, the stone beneath remains gently warm, releasing heat slowly and evenly. This warmth rises through cracks and layers, meeting cold air without conflict. Fire and ice exist close together here, balanced rather than opposed. Wind moves carefully around these volcanic slopes. It follows the curves shaped by ancient flows of lava, lifting slightly where the ground is warm, settling again where the surface cools. This movement is smooth and unhurried, guided by temperature rather than force. The air seems aware of where it should go. At night, volcanic landscapes feel less dramatic and more peaceful. Sharp edges soften in the darkness. Colors fade into deep blacks, browns, and faint reds hidden beneath stone. The faint glow beneath the surface is not alarming. It is reassuring, like a slow heartbeat reminding the land that energy remains, even in rest. Animals living near these regions understand this calm. They are not afraid of the mountain at night. Small creatures rest near warm rock surfaces, protected from colder air. Larger animals move slowly, choosing familiar paths, then settle into stillness. Life adapts quietly to the gentle warmth below. Above, the sky remains clear and open. Stars shine steadily, unaffected by what lies beneath the ground. The moon's light glides across volcanic ridges, revealing textures shaped by fire and time, then fades into shadow without drama. Occasionally, a faint release of gas escapes from deep within the mountain, rising silently into the night air. This is not an eruption. It is a breath, a reminder that the earth is alive, active, yet fully in control of itself. Beyond these volcanic regions, snow-covered peaks remain visible in the distance. Cold and heat share the same horizon, existing without struggle. This balance allows the planet to rest deeply, knowing that no force is overpowering another. The silence here feels different from the silence of ice or ocean. It is warmer, heavier, yet just as calming. Sound does not travel far. Movements remain subtle. The world feels held, supported from below. As you imagine this place, allow yourself to feel supported as well. Like the land above resting fire, you do not need to act or react. You can simply exist, steady and calm. The earth continues its quiet journey through the night. Volcanic mountains rest. Ice-covered peaks hold steady. Wind moves gently between them. Fire remains patient beneath stone. This is not a contradiction. It is cooperation. The planet knows how to balance its strongest forces so that rest becomes possible everywhere. Ahead, the landscape softens once more. Forests return, shaped by wind and sheltered by mountains, where trees respond gently to night air and snow begins to fall again. The story of the sleeping earth continues, deeper into calm. Beyond the warmth held within volcanic stone, the land gradually softens again. Forests return, spreading across valleys and lower slopes, shaped by years of wind, snow, and quiet growth. At night, these forests feel different than they do during the day. They are no longer places of movement and detail. They become spaces of rhythm and breath. Trees stand tall and still, their branches reaching outward rather than upward now, relaxed beneath the weight of night air. Leaves and needles catch the faintest traces of moonlight, reflecting it gently before letting it fade. The forest does not shine. It absorbs light, holding it briefly, then releasing it back into darkness. Wind moves carefully through these trees, not pushing, not rushing. It threads itself between trunks and branches, following paths created over many seasons. When it touches leaves, the sound is soft and brief, like a quiet response rather than a call. Each movement fades quickly, leaving the forest calm once more. Roots beneath the soil remain deeply connected. They hold moisture gathered earlier in the day and share it slowly through the night. The ground stays cool but stable, protected by layers of leaves and snow beginning to form. Even here, the earth works quietly, maintaining balance without effort. Animals respond instinctively to this nighttime stillness. Birds remain tucked into branches, their bodies still, conserving warmth. Small mammals curl beneath roots and fallen logs, protected from wind and cold. Larger animals pause their movement entirely, trusting the forest to hold them safely until morning. Insects reduce their activity, replacing scattered movement with steady, predictable sounds. A few soft calls repeat at regular intervals, not demanding attention, but reassuring the forest that life continues. These sounds blend easily into the background, becoming part of the night rather than interrupting it. As temperature drops further, snow begins to fall lightly. The first flakes drift down slowly, guided by gentle air currents shaped by the trees themselves. Snow does not arrive suddenly. It eases into the forest, settling on branches, leaves, and ground without sound. Each flake adds softness. Sharp edges blur. The forest floor becomes smoother, quieter. Footprints left earlier in the day begin to disappear, erased by patience rather than force. The earth resets itself gently, preparing for deeper rest. Wind around the trees changes as snow accumulates. Movement slows even more. Air passes above the canopy instead of through it, leaving the forest interior calm and protected. The trees respond by holding still, bending only slightly when needed, then returning to rest. Above the forest, clouds drift slowly across the sky, thinning as they move. Stars remain visible through gaps, steady and distant. The moon's light filters down in faint layers, touching snow-covered branches and frozen ground with a pale glow that feels soothing rather than bright. The forest becomes a place of listening rather than movement. Sound travels less here. Snow absorbs it. Trees soften it. Earth holds it. Silence grows deeper, not empty, but full of quiet processes continuing without disturbance. Somewhere beyond the forest, rivers flow slowly beneath thin layers of ice. Water continues its journey quietly, guided by gravity and shape rather than speed. This movement connects forest to sea, mountain to ocean, reminding the land that everything remains linked even in rest. As you imagine standing within this forest, allow your shoulders to release their tension. Like the trees, you do not need to move. Like the roots, you are supported. Like the snow, you can settle gently without effort. The earth does not force sleep upon its systems. It invites rest by creating conditions where stillness feels natural. The forest accepts this invitation easily, guided by wind, cold, and time. The night deepens further. Snow continues to fall softly. Wind remains gentle. Trees stand quiet and strong. The world grows calmer with each passing moment, preparing the way for the deepest stillness yet to come. As snow continues to settle over the forest, the night reaches a quieter depth, where even time itself feels slower. The air becomes still, carrying only the faintest movement. Snowflakes drift downward in gentle silence, each one finding its place without sound or urgency. The world seems to soften with every passing moment. The forest is transformed under this growing layer of snow. Branches hold their weight calmly, bending just enough to remain balanced. The ground becomes smooth and unbroken, absorbing sound and light alike. Paths disappear, replaced by a clean, quiet surface that reflects moonlight softly, like a pale breath across the land. Wind now moves above the trees rather than through them. It glides gently over the canopy, leaving the forest floor sheltered and calm. Inside this quiet space, the temperature stabilizes. Cold does not press harshly. It settles evenly, wrapping the forest in a steady stillness that feels protective rather than empty. Animals sense this deepening calm and respond by remaining completely still. Heart slow. Breathing becomes shallow and steady. Energy is conserved carefully, guided by instinct and experience. The forest holds these lives gently, offering cover, warmth, and silence. Beneath the snow, the earth remains active in its quiet way. Soil holds heat gathered during the day and releases it slowly upward. Roots remain alive, exchanging nutrients and moisture. Microorganisms continue their work unseen, breaking down fallen leaves and returning them to the land. Even rest contains movement, though it is too slow to notice. Above the trees, the sky feels vast and open. Stars shine clearly now, untouched by cloud or mist. Their light reaches the forest in fragments, passing through branches and settling briefly on snow before fading again. The moon rests higher, its glow steady and calm, watching over the sleeping land. Beyond the forest, open plains stretch outward, also covered in snow. These wide spaces feel even quieter, untouched by trees or stone. Wind moves gently across them, shaping the surface slowly, drawing soft patterns that will change again by morning. Nothing here is permanent. Everything adjusts quietly. In the distance, mountains remain visible, their shapes softened by snow and darkness. Ice holds steady along their slopes, reflecting faint light without brilliance. Fire rests beneath their surface, supporting them silently. The contrast between cold above and warmth below remains balanced, allowing the night to remain undisturbed. Rivers running through these regions slow beneath thin ice. Water continues to move quietly below, guided by shape and gravity. Ice forms carefully along the edges, thickening without sound. The river does not resist. It adapts, flowing where it can, resting where it must. The earth turns steadily through this moment, carrying snow, forest, water, and stone together through the night. There is no pause in this movement, only a deepening of calm as systems align with rest. As you imagine this snow-covered world, allow your thoughts to follow the same path. Let them slow. Let them settle. There is nothing to resolve here, nothing to watch closely. The environment does not demand attention. It simply exists. This quiet teaches that rest is not the absence of life, but a different expression of it. The forest continues. The snow continues. The earth continues. All without urgency. The night grows heavier, not with weight, but with calm. Snow completes its gentle covering. Wind remains distant. Sound fades almost completely. Silence becomes full and reassuring. Ahead, the landscape opens again toward the sky and the sea, where darkness deepens and wind takes on a softer voice under starlight. The journey across the sleeping earth continues, guided by patience, balance, and quiet understanding. Beyond the snow-covered forest and open plains, the night carries us toward the coast, where land meets the vast expanse of the sea. The transition is subtle. Mountains slope gently downward, giving way to softer hills, which in turn dissolve into sandy shores. The air grows heavier with moisture, scented faintly by distant waves and the lingering cold of snow melting slowly. The ocean at night behaves differently than land. Its surface reflects the depth of darkness and the faint glow of the moon in a way that feels timeless. Waves move deliberately, stretching longer and slower, each rise and fall blending into the next. There is no rush, no sudden sound, only the slow rhythm of water moving in harmony with the Earth's rotation. Wind travels over the sea with a lighter touch. It glides across the surface, stirring ripples and soft currents without force. Each wave whispers to the shore, and the shore responds by holding each touch gently, leaving only a trace that disappears before the next arrives. Even in movement, the sea maintains its calm. Far beneath the surface, life continues in quiet adaptation. Fish drift through darker waters, seeking warmth and stability. Larger creatures move deliberately, conserving energy, following patterns that have been established over millennia. Life here is steady, measured, and patient. No creature acts without purpose, yet no effort disturbs the night. The shoreline itself seems to breathe slowly. Sand is shifted subtly by tides and wind, forming gentle curves and patterns that reflect the moonlight above. Stones and shells, smoothed by countless years of waves, remain in place, undisturbed except for the occasional trace of passing water or the slow drift of wind. The moonlight glances across the water, catching the peaks of waves and the edges of foam with soft highlights. The reflection is never sharp, never glaring. It flows with the movement of the sea, creating a visual rhythm that is easy to follow and comforting to the eyes. The sky above deepens further, stars twinkling faintly through thin layers of cloud, maintaining a soft, distant presence. At times, the faintest cries of nocturnal birds or distant marine mammals rise into the air, but these sounds are rare and deliberate, part of a rhythm rather than disruption. They remind the listener that life persists, even in the deepest quiet, without creating tension or urgency. Currents beneath the ocean surface shift slowly, interacting with underwater structures, shaping the floor, and moving nutrients to sustain life. Even in darkness, the sea remains active, yet every movement is measured and subtle, a gentle pulse that contributes to overall balance. The meeting point of sea and land offers a special kind of calm. Waves lap against snow-touched sands. The mixture of cold land and dark water creates an atmosphere that feels suspended in time, a space between day and night, between movement and stillness. Here, the world teaches patience, showing that even the most powerful forces can coexist quietly. The air carries hints of salt, ice, and distant forests, blending together into a fragrance that soothes rather than excites. Breathing becomes slower in response. There is no need to hurry. There is nowhere to go. The rhythm of the night provides its own guidance. Far beyond human vision, the horizon blurs the line between sea and sky. Water and darkness merge. Light from the stars and moon stretches across the waves, creating faint trails that shift with the motion of the ocean. This endless interplay reinforces the feeling of calm continuity. As you imagine yourself at this shoreline, let the movements of waves and wind guide your own breath. Rise slowly with the swell. Fall gently with the retreat. Let every inhale and exhale mirror the rhythm of this vast, sleeping ocean. The earth continues to turn, carrying shorelines, mountains, forests, and seas together through the night. Currents, wind, and tides align naturally, supporting one another without effort. Silence is not emptiness. It is presence. It is connection. Ahead, the night leads toward even colder regions, where ice dominates the water and the landscape, and where the stillness of snow and frozen seas invites a deeper sense of rest. The journey across the sleeping planet continues, each step slower, quieter, and more deliberate than the last. As the coastline fades behind, the night carries us toward regions where water has begun to transform under the bite of cold. Here, the sea is no longer merely liquid. It shifts toward ice, forming smooth sheets that stretch into distance, reflecting the muted glow of the moon. The temperature drops gradually, never sharply, inviting stillness rather than resistance. The wind moves differently in these frozen regions. It glides across the ice with a careful touch, tracing ridges and small cracks without force. Each gust carries a faint, crisp scent of cold, a signal of the Earth's deep rest. The movement feels deliberate, patient, part of the quiet conversation between elements. Ice and air interact without conflict, creating a gentle rhythm. Beneath the ice, water continues its subtle motion. Currents guide life in careful balance. Fish and larger sea creatures adjust their movements, slow and deliberate, conserving energy in this colder, quieter environment. Even life that is unseen follows the pattern of rest that the night demands. There is activity, yet every motion is restrained and purposeful. Above, the sky stretches wider. Stars appear sharper, clearer, their reflections scattered faintly across the frozen surface. The moon sits low, casting soft silver light over ice ridges and snow-touched areas. The light is not harsh or intrusive, it soothes, offering gentle illumination without distraction. Snow begins to fall lightly over the frozen sea. Each flake drifts slowly, guided by delicate air currents, settling on ice with barely a sound. The layer thickens gradually, smoothing imperfections, softening hard edges. The world under this snowfall becomes quiet, cushioned, protected. The landscape seems suspended between motion and stillness. The ice moves, barely perceptible. Currents flow beneath. Wind whispers. Snow falls. Yet everything feels as if it has been perfectly placed, deliberate and harmonious. Silence here is full, not empty. It is the deep breath of the planet at rest. Even the creatures that dwell here have adapted to the slow rhythm. Polar birds glide gently across open stretches of ice and snow, conserving energy. Seals and other mammals shift slightly, resting while remaining alert, following instincts refined by generations. Each life form moves minimally, guided by necessity and harmony. The frozen sea seems to hold memory within it. Ice, snow, and water store the events of seasons past, storms, tides, and long stretches of calm. Yet tonight, it only reflects calm, smoothing the past into stillness. Light touches these frozen surfaces in fleeting glimpses, creating patterns that shift subtly with each passing moment. Wind around small ice ridges moves like a soft caress. It passes over the frozen surface without disturbing it, creating faint, melodic hums that merge with the distant whisper of currents beneath. The sound is quiet, comforting, almost hypnotic in its steady repetition. As you visualize this frozen landscape, allow your mind to mirror its calm. Each inhale becomes slower, each exhale longer. Thoughts drift gently like snowflakes, landing softly, dissolving without force. The world around you does not demand. It simply exists, and you exist with it. The night deepens further. The frozen sea extends beyond sight, uninterrupted, its edges blending into distant ice and sky. Silence dominates, yet it is rich with unseen motion. The slow pulse of water, the steady support of ice, the careful guidance of wind. Everything is connected, balanced, alive yet at rest. The Earth carries this scene across time and space as it turns steadily, aligning water, ice, wind, and life in perfect harmony. There is no rush, no urgency. Every movement is deliberate. Every pause is purposeful. The frozen night teaches patience and stillness, revealing that calm is not emptiness, but alignment. Far in the distance, the land rises once again. Mountains await, some icy, some volcanic, carrying layers of history and quiet energy. They will continue the story of the sleeping planet, where contrasts coexist in perfect balance, where night reigns gently and all systems find their rhythm. As you follow this frozen sea, let the calm flow through you. Let the quiet guide your thoughts. You are part of this night, part of this slow, deliberate, patient rhythm that the Earth has maintained since its earliest days. The journey continues, deeper into the balance of fire, ice, wind, and water. Beyond the frozen seas, the land rises once again, forming jagged ridges and towering peaks. These mountains are older than most memories, carved by time, wind, and the patient movements of glaciers. At night, they appear softer, less threatening as moonlight drapes their slopes in gentle silver. Sharp edges become muted, and shadows deepen into comfortable darkness. Snow and ice cling to the higher altitudes, shimmering faintly under the pale glow of the moon. The cold air flows steadily down the valleys, brushing past rocks, trees, and frozen streams without force. The wind carries with it a whisper of stillness, moving with patience rather than urgency. Every gust is part of the night's quiet rhythm. Animals inhabiting these high regions are few but adapted to extreme stillness. Mountain goats settle onto ledges, their fur bristling slightly as they adjust to the dropping temperature. Small mammals retreat into hidden crevices, protected from the wind and cold. Birds, when they are awake, glide effortlessly along thermal currents, conserving energy while staying aware of the landscape below. The mountains themselves seem to breathe slowly. Ice and rock respond to the night, releasing heat gathered during the day, expanding and contracting imperceptibly. The snow shifts slightly, settling in quiet rhythms that have repeated for centuries. Nothing happens suddenly here. Everything moves in deliberate harmony, as if time itself has slowed in respect to the land. Between the peaks, hidden valleys harbor streams and small pools of water, partially frozen but still alive. Currents flow beneath thin layers of ice, reflecting moonlight in a faint shimmer. These waters are not loud or insistent. They whisper gently, following the slopes and contours of the land without force. Life continues within them quietly, as the mountains provide protection and balance. Above, the sky stretches wider with each passing hour. Stars shimmer clearly, undisturbed by clouds. Their light reaches the valleys and peaks alike, guiding nocturnal creatures and illuminating snow with soft, pale reflections. The moon hangs high, steady and calm, casting long shadows and providing gentle illumination without glare. Wind continues its careful passage, shaping snow and ice subtly. It slides over ridges, touches peaks lightly, and disappears into the valleys below. Its presence is felt more than heard, a constant companion to all who dwell here. Even the rocks seem aware of its path, accepting its touch without disturbance. Far below the surface, volcanic heat moves quietly. The earth remains alive beneath the mountains, maintaining balance without intrusion. Molten rock flows slowly in hidden chambers, providing stability to the peaks above. This presence is invisible yet essential, a reminder that rest does not require stillness in all forms. It requires harmony. The mountain night teaches patience and quiet awareness. Every element adapts to the environment. Animals follow instinct, wind follows form, ice follows temperature, and snow follows gravity. Nothing is forced, nothing is hurried. Every action is subtle, deliberate, and harmonious. As you imagine standing among these peaks, feel your own breath slow to match the rhythm of the night. Notice the gentle rise and fall, the calm presence of the mountains, the careful touch of wind against the snow. Allow yourself to sink into the same deliberate stillness that the earth and its creatures embrace. The earth continues its rotation, guiding mountains, valleys, ice, and air through night with perfect balance. Even in these extreme heights, life finds its rhythm, moving minimally, resting maximally, and participating fully in the quiet orchestration of the planet's night. Below the peaks, glaciers shift imperceptibly, carving slow paths through rock. Their motion is gradual, measured over centuries, yet essential to the landscape. Ice and stone work together silently, shaping the earth while remaining calm. Each movement echoes the same lesson. Rest is not inactivity, but alignment and patience. The night deepens further. Snow falls lightly, covering exposed rock and softening textures. Winds whisper in harmony with hidden currents. Stars remain steady above, constant and distant, while the moon watches quietly, keeping the world gently illuminated. The mountains sleep, yet they remain alive, holding strength in stillness. Beyond these heights, the landscape transitions once more, toward rolling forests, calmer plains, and eventually the sea once again. Each ecosystem in the sleeping earth has its own rhythm, its own form of quiet, yet all are connected through wind, water, ice, and life. The journey across this tranquil planet continues, a gentle unfolding of nature's careful, deliberate rest. As the mountains fade behind, the land gradually softens into rolling forests and quiet plains. The night carries a deeper sense of calm here, where wind weaves slowly through trees and grass bends gently under its touch. Everything seems to respond to the rhythm of the Earth's rotation, slowing naturally as the planet continues its steady turn beneath the stars. Tall trees sway lightly, their branches brushing against one another with subtle, soothing sounds. Leaves catch faint moonlight, reflecting silver hints that dance across the forest floor. Shadows stretch and settle, merging with darkness rather than creating contrast. The forest at night feels expansive and safe, a space where rest is allowed and movement is measured. Animals respond to this environment with deliberate stillness. Deer pause in small clearings, sensing the calm in the air and trusting the forest to hold them. Small mammals retreat into roots, fallen logs, and thick undergrowth, conserving warmth and energy. Birds remain hidden in their nests, feathers fluffed to shield against the chill, their breathing slow and even. Wind moves with purpose yet gentle restraint. It slips through branches, following paths created over centuries. Occasionally, it brushes past the leaves, creating faint whispers that merge seamlessly with the quiet rustling of the night. Even the strongest gusts seem mindful, aware that the forest is resting and should not be disturbed. Underfoot, the forest floor is alive in a subtle, hidden way. Moisture rises from the soil and fallen leaves, creating faint mists that drift quietly between trunks. Microorganisms continue their work, breaking down fallen matter, releasing nutrients, and sustaining life that is invisible but essential. This hidden activity adds to the sense of calm, showing that even in stillness, life continues purposefully and unobtrusively. Above the forest, the sky stretches wider. Stars glimmer faintly through thin clouds, distant and patient. The moon casts soft light over open spaces, highlighting textures of bark, leaves, and occasional patches of snow or frost. The light is gentle, neither bright nor harsh, and it invites the mind to slow in its presence. Rivers meander slowly through these plains, reflecting fragments of starlight and moonlight on their surfaces. Water moves without urgency, following the contours of the land. Ice forms along the edges where temperatures drop, creating a delicate boundary that maintains flow without disrupting balance. The currents beneath remain steady and slow, supporting life quietly, continuously. Insects reduce their activity, contributing occasional soft hums or chirps, blending into the natural soundtrack of night. These sounds are rhythmic rather than chaotic, reinforcing the sense of calm. Every element of this forested landscape participates in the quiet orchestration of the sleeping earth. As snow begins to drift lightly over parts of the forest, the rhythm deepens. Each flake settles slowly, covering leaves and ground with a soft, silent blanket. Sound diminishes further. The forest becomes cushioned, insulated from the faint noises that remain. Every surface absorbs motion, light, and sound, transforming the environment into a haven of stillness. The earth continues to carry these forests and plains through night, ensuring that wind, water, and life move in balance. Animals adapt. Trees bend. Rivers flow. Snow falls. Every motion is deliberate, gentle, and part of a greater harmony that stretches across ecosystems. As you imagine this forest at night, allow your own body to follow the same rhythm. Inhale slowly, exhale deeply. Let the wind brushing through imagined branches guide your thoughts into calm, and let the quiet underfoot invite your mind to settle. You are part of this night, as connected to the earth as every leaf, stream, and creature. The forest teaches a lesson in patience and alignment. Rest does not require cessation of activity. It requires adjustment, balance, and gentle guidance. The world slows naturally, showing that stillness is a product of harmony rather than force. Beyond these plains, distant hills rise softly against the horizon. Their presence is subtle, and the journey continues toward rivers, lakes, and eventually the expanse of the night sea. Every region introduces its own form of calm, yet all share the same careful rhythm, reminding the observer that the sleeping earth is a network of interwoven serenity. As the plains give way to gentle hills and low-lying valleys, the night guides us toward another stretch of water, the calm, dark expanse of lakes and rivers that glimmer faintly under the moon. The transition from land to water is seamless. The air carries the faint scent of moisture, mingling with the lingering coolness of snow in higher regions. Silence dominates, yet it is full of subtle motion, like a deep breath held for centuries. The surface of the lakes reflects the night sky in muted tones. Stars scatter their light gently across water, creating soft glimmers that shift with the slightest ripple. The moon casts a delicate glow, illuminating the edges where water meets land, yet it never dominates. Light and shadow exist together in balance, inviting calm rather than attention. Wind moves over the lakes with careful patience. It spreads in long, slow currents across the surface, lifting tiny waves that disappear almost as soon as they form. No force is present here. Even the strongest gust feels guided, shaping water softly while respecting the stillness of the surrounding land. The air feels clean and expansive, carrying the subtle warmth of currents below and the coolness above. Beneath the surface, life continues in quiet rhythm. Fish glide slowly through deeper layers, following instincts honed over millennia. Aquatic mammals move gently, conserving energy, aware of predators, yet unhurried. Plants sway imperceptibly in underwater currents, rooted firmly while adjusting to the flow. Every motion contributes to the balance, yet none disturbs the overarching tranquility of the night. Along the shoreline, reeds and grasses bend slightly with the wind. They create faint, rhythmic sounds that blend seamlessly into the background. Snow or frost dusts their tips in patches, muffling movement and adding to the softness. The land and water meet in a harmony that feels effortless, like two old friends resting together after a long day. Nocturnal creatures begin their routines subtly. Owls glide silently across open areas, scanning the darkness for movement. Small mammals emerge briefly, feeding or shifting before retreating again. Every action is measured, conserving energy while respecting the overarching calm of the night. Even the reflection of the sky in the water participates in this stillness. Clouds drifting slowly above create patterns that shift imperceptibly across the surface. Light bends, glimmers, and fades, yet never interrupts the slow rhythm. Moonlight touches every ripple briefly, then moves onward with the same patient flow as the earth itself. The temperature continues to drop gently. Ice begins forming along the edges of lakes and rivers, solidifying the boundary between land and water. Currents beneath the ice remain slow and steady, maintaining life quietly while the surface rests. Snow may drift onto shores or frozen patches, layering softly without sound. As you imagine this landscape, allow your own thoughts to follow the same rhythm. Picture waves moving slowly, water reflecting light, and wind gliding across the surface. Let your breathing align with the gentle rise and fall of currents, slow and measured. There is nothing to chase, no urgency. The night teaches patience through presence alone. The earth continues its rotation, guiding every system with precision. Rivers flow toward lakes. Lakes reflect sky. Ice and snow hold temperature steady. Wind moves deliberately. Animals rest or move only as needed. Life persists in gentle harmony, demonstrating that rest and activity can coexist in balance. Far beyond the lakes, rivers continue their journey toward the sea, connecting ecosystems and carrying water through mountains, forests, and plains. These movements are gradual, measured, never urgent, reinforcing the sense of continuity that dominates the sleeping planet. Everything remains connected, and every connection contributes to the quiet orchestration of night. The night grows deeper. Silence is more profound, yet full of subtle life. Every element, the water, the wind, the trees, the snow, the ice, aligns in perfect, effortless harmony. Even as time passes, nothing is rushed. Everything is in its place, moving just enough to maintain balance while preserving the calm. As the night deepens, rivers and lakes carry us toward the vast open sea once more, where darkness stretches uninterrupted and the wind finds a new rhythm across the water. Here, the sense of calm feels even more expansive. Waves rise and fall with slow deliberation, each crest and trough forming a natural pattern that the eye can follow effortlessly, like a gentle lullaby performed by the planet itself. The moon hovers above, casting silver trails that stretch across the undulating surface. Light dances upon the water, breaking into fleeting reflections that shift gracefully with every movement. The stars above remain steady, distant, and patient, creating a sense of permanence that contrasts with the soft, flowing motion of the sea. The horizon blends seamlessly with sky and water, creating an endless expanse that feels both vast and comforting. Wind moves across this open sea with an ease that seems deliberate. It lifts the crests of waves gently, sending ripples outward without force. Every gust is measured, every motion purposeful, yet subtle. The sound of the wind is soothing, a quiet murmur that accompanies the rhythmic motion of water. Even in its movement, the night air teaches restraint and patience. Beneath the waves, the ocean teems with life that is unseen yet fully present. Fish navigate slow currents with a steady, measured pace, while larger mammals glide through darker layers with calm efficiency. Everything beneath the surface moves in harmony with the natural rhythm of night, conserving energy and maintaining balance without creating disturbance. Above the waves, seabirds occasionally drift across the sky, their silhouettes sharp against the backdrop of stars and moonlight. They glide effortlessly, using thermal currents and gentle wind patterns, their movements smooth and purposeful. They do not hurry, they do not panic. Their rhythm mirrors that of the sea below and the air around them, emphasizing patience and control. The shoreline, when glimpsed from afar, appears tranquil and unchanging. Gentle waves lap at the edges, smoothing sand and stone. Where ice or snow reaches the coast, water meets frozen surfaces with barely a whisper. Currents beneath maintain flow, guiding water past obstacles without force, demonstrating that even in rest, life continues with quiet determination. The scent of salt and distant snow mixes in the air, carrying hints of the lands left behind. The coolness of night balances warmth from the ocean currents below, creating an environment that feels protective and enveloping. Breathing deeply in such a place naturally slows the heart rate, inducing calm and stillness. The ocean's surface holds memory of countless tides and storms, yet tonight it rests. Every wave follows a rhythm set by gravity, wind, and the subtle influences of distant celestial bodies. There is no rush. Nothing intrudes. Even the constant motion feels meditative, each rise and fall offering reassurance rather than excitement. As you imagine yourself here, let the gentle sway of the sea guide your own mind. Inhale as a wave rises. Exhale as it falls. Allow the rhythm to extend beyond your body, connecting you with the movement of the earth itself. Feel how the night's calm can reach every thought, every muscle, every heartbeat. Even in the vast openness of the sea, the planet's quiet orchestration continues. Currents, wind, ice, and air move together, maintaining balance. Life below water and above it aligns naturally, demonstrating that harmony does not require intervention. It emerges from understanding, patience, and adaptation. The night deepens further. The motion of the waves slows imperceptibly. Stars maintain their steady glow. The moon stretches faint paths of silver across the ocean, reflecting and refracting in soft, fluid patterns. Silence dominates, yet it is rich and alive, filled with subtle motion and life that cannot be seen but is felt. Far beyond, the horizon holds mysteries of colder regions where ice begins to dominate the waters, and winds whisper differently over frozen expanses. The journey across the sleeping earth continues toward these tranquil, isolated regions, where even the most powerful forces yield to the stillness of night. As you drift with this vision, allow yourself to absorb the same serenity that surrounds this ocean. Let every heartbeat, every breath, and every thought settle naturally. The world is vast, connected, and alive, yet entirely at rest, showing that the deepest calm can exist even amid subtle, steady motion. As the night carries us further, the ocean gradually gives way to distant shores where mountains rise once more, their slopes softened by moonlight and shrouded in gentle mist. These mountains are less dramatic than the volcanic ranges we encountered earlier. They are quiet, rolling peaks, blanketed in snow that reflects the pale silver light, creating a world of muted contrasts and subtle textures. Every curve, ridge, and valley seems designed to encourage rest rather than demand attention. The wind moves over these peaks with a measured gentleness. It whispers through valleys and across ridges, bending snow and guiding it into soft drifts. Each gust is deliberate and unhurried, flowing in harmony with the shape of the land. Even the cold feels tempered, carrying only enough chill to awaken awareness without creating discomfort. Animals that inhabit these quieter mountains respond to this calm with patience. Mountain goats remain on narrow ledges, standing still or grazing softly on sparse vegetation. Birds roost in sheltered crags, feathers fluffed against the night chill. Small mammals retreat to hidden dens, conserving warmth and energy. Every creature aligns with the slow, deliberate rhythm of the landscape. Snow shifts subtly under its own weight, Small avalanches occur only when necessary, descending softly into valleys without abrupt sound. The land itself seems to breathe, rising and settling imperceptibly, responding to gravity, wind, and temperature. Rocks, soil, and ice cooperate in silence, maintaining balance across slopes that might otherwise feel inhospitable. Above, the sky is wide and open. Stars shimmer faintly, steady and distant, their light reaching valleys and peaks alike. The moon moves slowly, casting long, pale shadows that stretch across ridges and depressions. Light and darkness coexist harmoniously, creating a scene that soothes rather than draws attention. Rivers, streams, and small frozen lakes appear between peaks, reflecting starlight in scattered, fragmented patterns. Currents beneath ice continue their slow journey, hidden from view yet essential for life. Water moves carefully, shaping the land over centuries while contributing to the deep sense of stillness. The rhythm of these waters mirrors that of the snow and wind, reinforcing the feeling that everything belongs to the same patient orchestration. The wind carries subtle scents from the lower forests and distant seas. Each inhale brings traces of cold stone, snow, and distant vegetation. The atmosphere encourages calm breathing, as if the air itself participates in the restfulness of the night. There is no need to hurry. There is nowhere to go. Everything is held in gentle equilibrium. Small rock formations, partially buried in snow, create pockets of stillness where wind passes almost unnoticed. These microenvironments allow small creatures to remain sheltered. Even insects and other tiny life forms adjust subtly, conserving energy and contributing to the quiet ecosystem. Nothing is rushed. Every adjustment occurs naturally, as part of the night's slow unfolding. The snow continues to settle softly across ridges and valleys. Each flake adds to the cushioning effect, smoothing edges and muffling the faint sounds of movement beneath. Silence becomes layered, rich, and enveloping, yet never oppressive. It is a presence rather than a void, full of subtle motion that remains calm and deliberate. As you imagine standing among these quiet mountains, allow your own body to follow the same rhythm. Let your breath synchronize with the gentle shift of snow and the measured flow of wind. Feel the patient presence of the land beneath your feet, supporting each step and each moment of rest. Let yourself sink into the same steady calm that every creature here experiences. The earth continues its rotation, carrying mountains, rivers, ice, wind, and life through night with perfect harmony. Currents flow beneath ice. Snow blankets the land. Wind whispers across peaks. Animals rest. Life moves quietly beneath the surface. The orchestration of night continues, teaching that rest and motion can coexist in perfect balance. Far beyond these mountains, the terrain softens once again, leading toward valleys and forests where wind, snow, and rivers interact in ways that prepare the planet for the deepest hours of night. Each system contributes its own calm, and yet all are interconnected, forming an unbroken chain of serenity across the sleeping earth. As you drift with this scene, allow every thought to settle like a snowflake landing softly. Each inhale draws in calm, each exhale releases tension. The night mountains, the drifting snow, the whispering wind, and the patient rivers all guide your mind into the deep, gentle rhythm of rest, showing that peace is not found in absence but in harmonious presence. Beyond the quiet mountains, the land begins to open into vast plateaus and high plains. These areas are touched lightly by wind, dusted with snow, and speckled with hardy shrubs and sparse trees. The openness of the terrain creates a sense of freedom, yet the night ensures a gentle stillness that keeps every element aligned. Here, the wind moves differently, less obstructed by trees or peaks. It flows in long, steady currents, caressing the land rather than pushing against it. The plateau stretches endlessly toward the horizon, where distant ridges rise softly against the dark sky. Snow covers much of the surface, yet patches of rock and soil peek through, providing texture and variation. The contrast between the frozen and exposed areas creates a calming visual rhythm, allowing the eyes to follow gentle patterns without distraction. Animals that inhabit these plateaus have learned patience through generations. Small mammals emerge only in the safety of dim moonlight, moving slowly to forage before retreating into hidden burrows. Birds roost in isolated shrubs, feathers fluffed to shield them from the cold night air. Larger herbivores wander cautiously, pacing with deliberate care, their movements slow, steady, and in harmony with the environment. Beneath the snow and soil, life continues quietly. Roots absorb moisture from frozen ground, conserving energy and nutrients. Microorganisms break down what remains of fallen vegetation, maintaining balance and slowly enriching the soil. Even in apparent stillness, the earth remains active, nurturing life that is largely unseen but essential to the ecosystem's stability. Wind interacts subtly with snow, shaping gentle ridges and soft drifts across the plateau. The patterns are almost imperceptible, forming slowly over hours and nights. Each movement is part of a greater system, where air, ice, and land collaborate without urgency. The sound of wind is muted, carrying a soft, melodic whisper that soothes rather than disturbs. The sky above is expansive, dotted with countless stars. Their distant glow is steady and reassuring, reflecting faintly off snow and ice, illuminating subtle details without overwhelming the senses. The moon casts pale, gentle light, creating elongated shadows that stretch across the plateau in a slow, deliberate dance. Light and darkness interact in a calm equilibrium, reinforcing the night's tranquil rhythm. Streams cut quietly through the plateaus, partially frozen but still flowing beneath thin layers of ice. Currents move gradually, guided by subtle slopes and hidden channels. Water is never hurried. It follows natural contours, carrying life and nutrients without disturbance. The sound of flowing water is faint, rhythmic, and hypnotic, blending perfectly with the whisper of wind and the muffled settling of snow. Occasionally, patches of frost appear on exposed rocks or shrubs, catching the moonlight and glimmering faintly before fading into shadow. This delicate shimmer adds texture to the landscape, creating moments of quiet wonder without breaking the overarching calm. Even these small flashes of light and color feel part of the night's deliberate orchestration. As you imagine yourself on this plateau, feel your body align with the environment. Let your breath match the rhythm of wind and water. Sense the steady presence of the land beneath your feet. Notice the gentle movement of snow and ice, and let your thoughts settle like flakes drifting to the ground. There is no urgency here, only the patient, harmonious flow of life and nature. The plateau teaches a profound lesson in rest and balance. Life continues in every layer, from the unseen microorganisms to the roaming mammals, yet it does so with restraint and purpose. The wind, snow, water, and earth all participate in a slow, deliberate dance that encourages stillness, harmony, and alignment. Far beyond this plateau, hills and forests re-emerge, guiding the journey back toward rivers, lakes, and eventually the night sea. Every system remains connected, each contributing its own rhythm and calm, ensuring the sleeping earth moves through night with ease and stability. As you drift with this vision, allow your body and mind to absorb the plateau's slow, deliberate pace. Inhale with the rise of distant winds. Exhale with the fall of snow across the land. Feel every element, the earth, water, wind, and life, supporting a steady, unbroken rhythm. The night is alive yet gentle, and you are fully immersed in its quiet orchestration. As the plateau fades behind, the landscape slowly transforms into dense, tranquil forests once more. These forests are ancient, their trees tall and strong, their canopies wide and interwoven. Moonlight filters softly through the branches, creating dappled patterns of light and shadow on the forest floor. Every movement of light and air is deliberate, slow, and rhythmic, reinforcing a sense of quiet and rest. The wind in this forest behaves differently than it did across open plains. It moves around trees rather than through them, twisting gently around trunks and sweeping across leaves with soft, melodic whispers. Each gust seems considerate, mindful of the life sheltered beneath, ensuring that rest is not disturbed. The sounds are soothing, a natural lullaby that blends with the muffled creaks of branches and the faint rustle of wildlife. Snow dusts the treetops lightly, falling in soft, irregular patterns. Branches bend gently under its weight, never snapping or straining. The forest floor receives the snow quietly, its uneven terrain softened and smoothed with every flake. This gentle layering adds to the forest's quiet rhythm, absorbing sound and light, creating a cocoon of stillness. Animals move with measured care. Deer wander slowly along familiar paths, pausing frequently to sense the quiet that surrounds them. Small mammals emerge briefly from burrows to forage, but every movement is slow and intentional. Birds remain tucked in their nests, feathers fluffed against the night chill, listening to the whispering wind. Life continues, yet it does so with restraint, reinforcing the overall calm of the environment. Beneath the soil, hidden life persists. Roots absorb water and nutrients with steady patience. Microorganisms continue their work of decomposition and renewal, creating a hidden pulse that maintains the forest's balance. Even the smallest movements contribute to the larger rhythm, reminding us that life and rest coexist naturally and harmoniously. Rivers and streams weave through this forest, partially frozen in places, their surfaces catching faint glimmers of starlight. The sound of moving water is subtle, a soft murmur beneath the wind's whispers. Currents glide smoothly beneath ice, providing gentle motion that nourishes life without disturbing the surface calm. Water, wind, and land collaborate seamlessly in an unspoken harmony. Above, the sky stretches wide, stars steady and distant. Clouds drift slowly, barely noticeable, allowing moonlight to filter down evenly. Light plays across leaves, snow, and ice, highlighting textures in a way that feels both soothing and mesmerizing. Shadows shift imperceptibly, following the rhythm of the night, creating a sense of depth without tension or drama. Occasional nocturnal sounds punctuate the calm, the soft call of an owl, the distant movement of a small animal, or the faint rustle of leaves in the wind. These sounds are never abrupt. They are part of the forest's natural rhythm, blending seamlessly into the overall silence. Every noise reassures rather than disturbs, a gentle reminder that life persists even in rest. Snow continues to fall lightly, covering the ground and accumulating on branches. Its weight is minimal, yet enough to enhance the forest's sense of stillness. Every flake absorbs sound, softens movement, and reinforces the rhythm of calm. Even the wind seems to adjust its course to accommodate the accumulating snow, moving more gently and deliberately as the night deepens. As you imagine standing within this forest, allow your own breath to synchronize with the movement around you. Feel the rise and fall of air, the gentle sway of branches, and the muffled rhythm of snow settling. Let each inhalation draw in calm, and each exhalation release tension. You are part of this serene ecosystem, aligned with its deliberate, quiet pulse. The forest teaches that rest is not the absence of motion, but the harmony of motion within stillness. Life, wind, water, and snow move in measured rhythms, supporting each other and maintaining balance. The night's gentle orchestration demonstrates that patience, alignment, and subtlety are the true essence of calm. Beyond these forests, the landscape softens into plains and rivers once more, guiding the journey toward distant hills, lakes, and eventually the sleeping sea. Each ecosystem contributes its unique rhythm, yet all are interconnected, forming an unbroken chain of tranquility that spans the earth. As you drift with this vision, allow every thought and feeling to settle naturally, like snowflakes landing softly on forest branches. Each inhale brings presence. Each exhale releases distraction. You are immersed fully in the night's gentle rhythm, supported by the earth's deliberate orchestration of life, wind, water, and stillness. As the forest gradually thins, the night carries us toward the outskirts where hills and valleys meet open plains. Here, the wind moves more freely, brushing across grasses and low shrubs, weaving between scattered trees with a gentle, deliberate rhythm. Snow dusts the ground lightly, and occasional frost glimmers in the soft glow of moonlight. The landscape feels expansive, yet it is cloaked in a quiet intimacy, as though the earth itself is holding its breath. The wind whispers steadily, creating subtle, soothing patterns across the land. It rustles leaves and bends tall grasses, producing faint, melodic sounds that blend effortlessly with the silence. There is no rush, No sharp movement, only a deliberate, patient rhythm that encourages stillness and contemplation. The air feels alive yet comforting, carrying hints of distant forests, frozen rivers, and ocean tides far away. Animals move sparingly across these plains. Small mammals emerge briefly from burrows to explore the faintly illuminated ground. Birds adjust their positions in scattered shrubs, resting quietly for the night. Larger creatures, like deer or antelope, pace slowly, guided by instinct yet moving with the measured calm that the night imposes. Each life form contributes subtly to the overall rhythm, reinforcing a sense of peaceful order. Rivers and streams meander through the valleys, partially frozen in places where temperatures have dipped. Water moves beneath ice with gentle, unseen currents, creating quiet, steady flows that nourish the land without disturbing the stillness. The sound of trickling water is faint, rhythmic, and hypnotic, harmonizing with wind, snow, and distant forest murmurs to compose a natural nocturnal symphony. Snowflakes drift lazily from the sky, settling softly on grass, rocks, and trees. Each flake absorbs sound and softens edges, gradually muting the landscape. The gentle layering creates a sense of depth and quiet continuity, emphasizing that even subtle motion can coexist with profound stillness. The night seems to unfold deliberately, each element finding its place with care and patience. The sky stretches overhead, deep and unending. Stars glimmer faintly through occasional thin clouds, their distant light steady and comforting. The moon casts silver reflections across snowy patches and icy streams, elongating shadows and adding subtle contrast. Light and darkness balance perfectly, enhancing the sense of calm and the seamless flow of the night. Faint sounds occasionally punctuate the quiet, the distant call of an owl, a soft movement of snow settling, or a subtle rustle of grass as an animal shifts. These sounds are gentle reminders that life persists even in the deepest stillness. Nothing here is hurried or urgent. Every sound blends into the overarching rhythm, reinforcing the forest's serene orchestration. Beneath the soil, roots continue to absorb moisture and nutrients. Microorganisms work silently, decomposing organic matter and maintaining balance in the ecosystem. Even unseen life contributes to the harmony of the night, participating in the slow, deliberate orchestration of energy and calm that stretches across the landscape. As you visualize standing in this tranquil environment, allow your own breath to align with the gentle movements around you. Inhale with the rise of the wind, exhale with the fall of snow. Let the rhythm of rivers, grasses, and distant trees guide your heartbeat into a slow, steady cadence. Every element, the earth, air, water, and life, is aligned, supporting your own sense of peace. The night here teaches that stillness is not the absence of motion but the harmonious interplay of all elements. Wind, water, snow, and life move subtly, guided by balance rather than force. The environment encourages patience, awareness, and gentle attention, demonstrating that rest can coexist with the quiet pulse of life. Beyond these plains and valleys, the land gradually merges with distant lakes and rivers, eventually leading back to the vast, sleeping sea. Each transition contributes its own form of calm, yet all systems remain connected, reinforcing the interconnected rhythm of the sleeping earth. As you drift with this vision, let your thoughts and body settle naturally, like snowflakes landing softly on grass and branches. Each inhale draws calm, each exhale releases tension. You are fully immersed in the night's gentle orchestration, carried along by the patient, deliberate rhythms of wind, water, snow, and the quiet movement of life. As the plains fade into the distance, the night leads us toward the coastline once more, where the land meets the endless, dark expanse of the sleeping sea. Here, the moonlight reflects gently across calm waves, tracing long, silver paths that stretch to the horizon. The air is heavy with the faint scent of salt and the subtle coolness of distant snow, blending to create an atmosphere that feels both vast and intimate. The ocean moves with a deliberate, slow rhythm. Waves rise and fall in seamless patterns, stretching long across the water before receding quietly into the depths. Wind glides across the surface, lifting only the gentlest ripples, carrying with it soft whispers that resonate with the heartbeats of distant lands. Even the strongest currents feel tempered by the night, moving with purpose yet remaining subdued. Beneath the surface, life continues in quiet, measured motion. Fish glide slowly through deeper waters, while larger creatures navigate the dark expanses with calm precision. Each movement is deliberate, conserving energy while remaining aligned with the subtle currents. The sea is alive, yet every action contributes to a tranquil, harmonious rhythm that enhances the sense of peace. Along the shoreline, snow and frost meet the water, creating gentle contrasts between ice and waves. The frozen edges glisten faintly under the moon, softening the boundary between land and sea. Small tidal movements create delicate patterns in the sand and ice, flowing with the ocean's rhythm without causing abrupt sound. Every element seems to respond to the night's deliberate orchestration. Wind moves above and around scattered coastal trees, bending branches slightly and rustling leaves softly. Its presence is felt more than heard, a gentle caress that mirrors the slow rise and fall of waves. The sound is calming, rhythmic, hypnotic, and utterly in tune with the environment. Even distant echoes of nocturnal wildlife blend seamlessly into this symphony of night. Occasional birds glide silently over the sea, their shadows stretching across the water's surface. They move with effortless grace, their wings cutting softly through the air, in perfect alignment with the currents of wind. Life above and below water seems synchronized, each element supporting the balance of the ecosystem while maintaining the profound calm of the night. The horizon stretches endlessly, where dark water meets the night sky. Stars shimmer faintly, their reflections scattered across the gently undulating waves. Moonlight stretches in long, soft trails, illuminating the surface without harshness, revealing textures that shift imperceptibly. The scene is cinematic, serene, and hypnotic, inviting the mind to slow and sink into the tranquility. Snow continues to fall lightly along parts of the shore and distant beaches, creating a delicate layer that absorbs sound and movement. Each flake contributes to the quiet rhythm, muffling even the faintest disturbance. The night seems to pause, allowing every element, wind, water, ice, snow, and life, to align in perfect harmony. As you imagine standing on this coastline, let your breath synchronize with the ocean's rhythm. Inhale with the rise of a wave. Exhale with its fall. Let every movement of water, wind, and snow guide your thoughts into a gentle flow, slow and deliberate. You are part of this night, fully immersed in its steady, calming pulse. Even the unseen elements, like currents beneath ice and water, contribute subtly to the sense of stillness. Life continues quietly, rhythmically, harmoniously, without forcing attention or urgency. The night demonstrates that rest is not emptiness, but the quiet balance of ongoing motion and presence. Beyond this coastline, distant icy regions await, where frozen seas and drifting snow extend toward the horizon. The journey across the sleeping earth nears its culmination, carrying all landscapes, forests, plains, mountains, rivers, and seas, into one final, serene symphony. Every system, every element, every life form continues with patience, balance, and calm. As you drift with this vision, allow yourself to merge with the slow rhythm of the sea and the gentle touch of wind. Every inhale brings calm. Every exhale releases tension. The night envelopes you, connecting your mind and body with the patient, deliberate orchestration of life, water, wind, snow, and silence. You are fully present in the sleeping earth. As the night reaches its deepest hour, the journey across the sleeping earth culminates at the meeting point of land, sea, and sky. Here, the world feels suspended in perfect stillness. Waves lap gently against icy shores, their motion slow and deliberate. Snow drifts across frozen beaches, smoothing every edge, while the wind carries faint whispers of distant forests, mountains, and plains. The night is profound, vast, and infinitely calm. The ocean stretches endlessly, reflecting the pale silver of the moon and the twinkling stars above. Currents beneath the surface flow steadily, harmonizing with the rhythm of the waves without disruption. Even the most powerful forces, tidal movement, underwater life, distant storms, appear tempered, restrained, and aligned with the serene orchestration of the night. Every element participates quietly, without urgency or distraction. Snow and ice cover the land in gentle layers. Frost glimmers along tree branches and jagged rocks, adding texture without harshness. Every flake of snow contributes to the muffling of sound, creating a soft, cushioned environment where life moves quietly. The wind, calm and measured, flows across the terrain, bending branches and brushing over icy surfaces in a gentle, hypnotic rhythm. Animals rest in deliberate stillness. Birds tuck their heads under wings, mammals curl within dens, and nocturnal creatures move only when necessary. Each life form follows the slow, balanced rhythm of the environment, conserving energy while remaining connected to the Earth's subtle pulses. Their actions, though minimal, contribute to the overall harmony, reinforcing the sense of serenity that defines this night. Rivers, lakes, and streams reflect moonlight with soft, shifting glimmers, winding through the landscape like ribbons of silver. The water moves with patience, never rushing, guided by gravity and the contours of the land. Even under thin ice, currents glide steadily, supporting life below without disturbing the surface calm. The quiet flow of water, like breath, becomes part of the meditative pulse of the earth. The sky above is deep, wide, and infinite. Stars shine with distant, steady light, and the moon arcs slowly across the horizon, casting a soft glow that illuminates the land without glare. Clouds drift lazily, diffusing light and shadows, creating patterns that shift imperceptibly. The night sky mirrors the earth below, expansive, tranquil, and perfectly balanced. Wind, snow, and water interact in a delicate dance. Each movement is subtle, deliberate, and purposeful, yet never intrusive. The sound of waves, rustling branches, or distant nocturnal calls blends into a natural lullaby. Even the faintest motion, ice cracking softly, snow falling, water rippling, reinforces the harmony of the night rather than disturbing it. As you imagine yourself here, take a deep breath and feel the rhythm of the earth guide you. Inhale slowly, drawing in calm, peace, and stillness. Exhale fully, releasing tension, worry, and motion that does not serve this moment. Let the pulse of wind, water, snow, and quiet life merge with your own heartbeat. Every sense is aligned with the steady, gentle rhythm of the sleeping planet. This final stretch of the journey teaches a profound lesson. Rest is not absence. Rest is balance. It is the synchronization of every element: wind, water, ice, snow, earth, and life, moving with patience and purpose. Even in motion, there is stillness. Even in presence, there is calm. The sleeping earth models this harmony, showing that serenity is found not in stopping but in flowing with deliberate grace. The horizon blurs, merging land, sea, and sky into an endless continuum. Every ecosystem encountered, from snowy mountains to quiet forests, frozen rivers to gentle plains, restless seas to calm shores, connects seamlessly. Life continues everywhere, yet all activity is tempered by the night, orchestrated into a slow, comforting rhythm that invites observation, absorption, and rest. As the night deepens, a final sense of calm envelopes the entire scene. The ocean glimmers faintly under the moonlight, wind flows over trees and snow, rivers and streams maintain gentle motion, and every creature rests in harmony. Stars shimmer softly in the infinite sky, providing a distant, steady presence that reassures and soothes. Every element exists in perfect alignment, contributing to a symphony of peace and quietude. Imagine the world carrying on in this harmonious sleep. Mountains breathe with the weight of snow, forests sway gently with the wind, rivers flow patiently toward the sea, and ice maintains its silent presence. Life continues below and above the surface, yet every motion is measured, deliberate, and aligned with the planet's natural rhythm. This is the ultimate lesson of the sleeping Earth. Calm is not empty, it is full of quiet, purposeful life. As you settle into this vision, allow yourself to merge fully with it. Your breath follows the slow rise and fall of waves. Your heartbeat syncs with the gentle pulse of wind and water. Every muscle relaxes in response to the soft, steady rhythm. Thoughts drift like snowflakes, landing gently and dissolving into the night. You are part of this calm, fully immersed in the quiet orchestration of life and nature. The night, in all its depth, offers completion. The journey across mountains, plains, forests, rivers, lakes, and seas culminates here, where every element of the sleeping earth exists in perfect harmony. The world demonstrates that true rest is found in alignment, patience, and gentle continuity. Every rise and fall, every shift of wind, snow, and water contributes to a rhythm that is eternal yet always present, inviting those who observe to rest deeply, fully, and peacefully.